We are continuing our saga today of it is fun to sharpen hunting knives. Don't give me the warm fuzzies. I believe this knife is a custom knife made by a gentleman named Sapper on the 1911 boards. I don't 100% know. I've had it in before.
Oh! Yeah, lick it!
Last time it was here was missing the rather substantial amount of blood and fur. Yes, this is someone I call a friend.
You got friends? When did this happen?
Okay, let's hope this one's better. I've had both these knives on my bench before. They are from a very good friend of mine, and he thought it would be comical, apparently, to send me what looks like 2 murder weapons.
In order to conquer him, I have to think like an animal. Whenever possible, to look like one.
I needed a good laugh. Oh, okay. I need to go wash these with some soap and water. I don't think rubbing alcohol is going to cut it, so y'all stand by. Well, I needed a bit of good laughing. That did it this morning. I'm going to leave these guys after I sharpen them to clean them up a bit. This is just some surface rust, or in the knife world, patina. That'll clean up relatively easily. I probably won't go too crazy on it. It is a hunting knife. There is, I don't know how well it's going to show. Let's see if we can, okay, zoom. There's a pretty fair amount of damage to the blade. I don't know how well it's going to show. Okay. Where it looks flat, that's actually damage. That's called rolling the edge. You can see here the chips and the notches out of it. It's had a bit of a rough life. Hunting knives always do. Okay, let's try to get this one to focus. This one's actually pretty good. So we're going to start with this little custom made one. Well, can't really say little. It's not little. I suppose I should probably zoom this back out. Okay, what is going on with my lighting? Either seems like it's the face of the sun or dim. Yeah, I should probably do my oil on my spacers. Don't know that I'm going to be able to continue to do my wonderful camera chair shot sequences because YouTube yelled at me about it and said somewhere how I wounded someone's inner child with it.
But here's something to pick your spirits up. It's real nice. I got it at Target. It's on sale.
know that this one is at 22.5 because I used my noggin and looked at my records before. We're just gonna trust but verify. Bonus points if you know where that quote came from. And no, it was not Ronald Reagan. Reagan made it popular, but it was not from him. Okay. Come on, zero out. Alright, well, we're actually not that far off from where we're supposed to be. I've been getting lucky with this lately.
Phrasing?
There we go. Okay, we're going to give that benefit of the doubt because we're using a heavier grit stone and there is, whoa.
Are you threatening me? You do not want to face the wrath of my bunghole!
I am caught onto my lighting. Pretty fair amount of damage on this little fella. Okay, I would say we're good. So now what I'm going to do is I will I'll probably stop, restart, fast forward. Yeah, it's a new process of how I have to do this. And why does that lighting look so crazy? I don't know what's going on with the... Oh. I'm an idiot.
Hi. You're nobody. Shh. Don't tell anyone.
I thought I was doing something else and I was doing that. Okay then. I thought I was playing with zoom. I was playing with exposure. That explains a lot. I am not a smart man. All right, pause. Back at you in turbo speed.
To this Leroy Dragons!
We have worked through all of our diamond stones. And this knife's going pretty quick. I really kind of expected it to. It has already got the bevel preset. It's just kind of in for a fine tune. And you can see it's already sharp enough. It is just shredding my rag. But we're going to kind of move on to working out a lot of the scratches and just fine tuning the edge. Why? I don't know. I'm an idiot.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
It's a hunting knife. It's going to get chipped up, banged up again, but it's just how I am. So I'm going to use stone. I don't use a whole lot because it's got to be kind of the right knife to get any kind of function out of it. That shows this is way off. Let's line it right up with there. That's where I think I had it. Wow, that shows us it's almost at 23 degrees. I'm going to reset the gauge again because that's a bit concerning.
All right, Jimmy, got that shark suit on, looks good. They want you to jump in this pool of sharks, and you tell us if it hurts when they bite you. Well, all right. Hold my sign, I don't want to lose it.
All right, we'll lower it back. That's a little concerning. Well, it's plenty sharp, so. This is a stone I've talked about. I don't know if I've ever actually showed. Arkansas translucent. And on softer steels, this poor camera is just getting beaten. This little guy, did I not grab honing oil? I did not. This is a great stone, but it needs to be on softer material. If you were to use it on D2, you could sit here with it all day and really not do a whole awful lot with it. It's just not what it's made for. This is $10.95. I'm almost 100%. Did I not? Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
And that was the day my inner retard was born.
I'm just having one of them days. Don't get back down. And there is no right or wrong way to use this stone. I know a lot of people say you've got to count the strokes on each side. I don't believe that. If you've got one side that's way off and needs more love, it's fine to give that side more attention than it is a side that's set where you want it to be that doesn't have any damage on it. People tend to make things like knife sharpening a lot more complicated than they need to be, I think, because it scares away new people and it makes them feel better.
Instantly feeling better about being me.
It was that way a lot with fly fishing, I thought. People really tried to almost intimidate and scare away new folks to keep them from doing it. Keep it kind of the elitist. We're plenty sharp now, especially for a processing knife. But it's just kind of taking the edge a little bit sharper and mainly working out a lot of the damage, which can lead to bigger issues down the road. I don't do a ton of hunting knives because they normally need a lot of love. These ones I've had multiple times. I know, well, when they came to me, they were a mess. I can't say that. When they came, they were first a mess. And they were just all over the place and took forever to even the grind angles and the bevels out because somebody had just done them quite a job on them, trying to do their best to sharpen them, and didn't. So it really took a lot to get them back to where they were supposed to be, just from neutral ground, and then to start sharpening. But once all that's done, you can see with this one, it went relatively quick. I'm probably, I don't know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes into this knife. I'm trying the new super amazing, ridiculous, ludicrous speed, high speed portion of this, so you guys don't have to sit through it forever. But really, this little guy hasn't had a whole lot of time on it to get it back to the point where it's gonna be plenty sharp. We're gonna give it a few passes with this nice soft translucent stone, and then we'll do a little bit of striking, and then it's done, and I'm on to the last knife for this particular individual, and he'll be very happy. He can get out and hopefully process some critters with it, put them to good use, and leave them disgusting in a drawer for 6 months until they come back to me again next year.
Why?
I'm going to say that's pretty much going to be the end of this little stone. I just wanted to give it a quick touch up with it because it does really help, I think, with getting a really nice edge. I know with hunting knives, they won't hold it a whole long time, but you know, if you got a trophy animal, sometimes that initial cut needs to be right, and this way it will be. That, and let's be honest, this blade needs as much oil as I can possibly put onto it. I probably won't bore everybody with the really wonderful time of cleaning it the rest of the way, because I won't send it back to them like this. I'll get it cleaned up as best I can get it cleaned up, and then it will go back. Again, I know he really doesn't care, but I do. Let's make sure we got all the residue off. And we can braise a little bit more. Honing oil gets really tacky and can be kind of a pain to work with. But it does the job it's supposed to do and does it pretty well. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do? I'm thinking 15 and 3. Maybe a 5. Maybe some rough too. Once again, never been accused of being an intelligent man. So we're starting off with the diamond paste in a 1500 equivalent grit. And as I talked last time, there is a pretty substantial difference in the performance of, I don't really know that you can call it an oil. It's a compound that's very liquidy. Where this stuff is toothpaste. And I know people that do use toothpaste to put on for a strapping compound. I don't recommend it, but I know people that do it. The immersion oil, or whatever we're going to call it, liquid, fluid, Kool-Aid, I don't know, to me works a little better. It sinks into the strop a lot nicer. This stuff you really have to fight with in order to get it correctly applied onto the strop, and it can be a bit of a pain to use, but it's definitely more aggressive than what they offer for choices in the CAME fluid oil. So I tend to use this on harder use knives like this. And I do occasionally do some hunting knives. This individual is a friend and asked me if I could do it, and I've done it for him for a lot of years, mainly because I saw the condition they were when he sent them to me. He went, okay, you need to stop because it offends me deeply, and just let me take care of it for you. When in doubt, reach out, ask me if I have time to do it, if I have time to do it. And it's a knife I can do. I mean, some people want to send in these gigantic blades. They're going to take me 6 months to do. And I don't have a lot of interest in it. I don't have the right setup to do it. So I don't normally touch those because it's just going to be much more of a project than I feel like undertaking. Smaller knives like this, 4-inch blades, 5-inch blades, if I have the time and I guess the inclination, I will tackle it. It's not what I enjoy doing. I kind of enjoy more of the carry knife world. Just better suits my equipment, and I like kind of taking a knife and really putting a goofy finish on it and being able to be really proud of it. And hunting knives don't keep a finish of an edge very long. They are going to be chipped, they're going to be beaten and abused. So long story short, if you got one, you really like it, you really want it done, yeah, you can always reach out. Worst I'm going to say is no, or I can't right now because I'm too backed up. Mainly what I try to do more than anything is I try to do law enforcement's carry and duty knives. I try to do first responders, fire departments, EMTs, guys active downrange. I try to get them first. They take the priority over it. If I don't have a whole bench full of stuff sitting here calling my name, well, I could be convinced to do a couple of hunting knives, but it's got to be the right time of year, and you got to catch me at the right time. Camera, I am going to have a moment with you.
I'll wound your inner child.
Now, I'm never going to get this edge to the point where it would be mirrored. Could it be shiny-ish, shiny adjacent? Yeah, but it's never going to be mirrored. There's just way too much damage on it. And even from when it was first made, there was a lot of tool marks left on it, just because that's how they sharpened it. If I can find the guy's information that made it, I have it somewhere. I'll put it in the description. I don't believe I do. He makes some pretty cool knives, but be aware, they are rust curious. Say we're probably good here. That was the 3000 strop. I'm thinking I'll do the 5 and then probably call it. Maybe do a couple of passes with good old Smurfy. Oof, this thing is getting sharp. It is just destroying this poor towel. This one's still got a bunch of residue left on it from when I applied it. In a way that's good, in a way it's bad. In a way it kind of coats the knife and it helps the strop, but it's just messy to deal with and to clean up in between strop changes, because you can't leave this on and go to the next level. I'm really putting a beating on my alcohol today. Rubbing alcohol, not the other kind. Lord knows I could use doing that. I don't know, should I even bother doing a cutting test with this? Eh, why not? Camera, I am going to wound your inner child, and I will feel good about it.
Hey! I feel great! I love being angry!
Well, apparently, I'm just going to do nothing but beat the living tar out of my camera and lighting setup today. So maybe that is just God's way of telling me, you know what? Perhaps you should just call it for now. Because I'm just going to get more and more frustrated. I do enjoy telling him I rub Smurf poop on his knife, though. The simple things amuse me.
You want to be left alone, don't you?
Once you start doing this enough, you're actually going to be able to tell the different stones by the sound, and even the different strops by the sound. As my family will attest to, they oh so enjoy hearing especially in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. There's no way around it. The 50 grit beach stone, it makes a little bit of noise. There's some texture there. I think I'm going to give it a final pass or two, and then we'll see how it does with the opponent of opponents in phone book paper. I wonder how much longer I'm going to be able to find phone book paper. I've got a few of them extra sitting around, and I try to tell people I know, hey, if you get one dropped off, please save it for me. Is it the greatest cutting medium? No, but it's just something that everybody can relate to. Computer paper's way too easy, so we're done. I'm happy. I need to refill my alcohol. I don't know if that's actually in the screen, but okay. We can see here that we're shiny. I mean, it's not mirrored, it looks shiny, especially from a distance.
Well, shiny.
Well, let's get a glamour shot of it. And our friend the phone book paper. Now that I turned the fan off and things aren't blowing all over the place on me, let's see how we do. Looks like it cuts. I will get it cleaned up the best I can get it here, I think, because there's a little bit of patina going on there that I don't like. And then we'll get a nice fresh coat of barricade oil all over it. And this one's done. Guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other.